Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another video, and today we will be reviewing Batman The Dark Knight. Let's get straight into it. Batman The Dark Knight is a 2008 superhero movie in the DC franchise and was directed by Christopher Nolan. It is the sequel to Batman Begins and serves as the second installment of the Nolan trilogy. Christian Bale returns to the role of Bruce Wayne and the Batman, and it was indeed a big improvement from Batman Begins. I think in this film he does a brilliant job and delivers above and beyond. I think the casting for this role was just brilliant. Christopher Nolan and his team did a really good job, and Christian Bale delivers on all fronts. And like I said, he is at the minute my favourite Batman, and this was my favourite performance from Bale. Michael Caine also returns in this movie. He plays Alfred Pennyworth, and again he does a really good job. I like the chemistry between him and Christian Bale. I think overall really good performance, and happy to have Michael Caine as Alfred. Gary Oldman returns as Jim Gordon. He actually becomes the commissioner in this movie, and I loved the performance from start to finish. As I mentioned in my Batman Begins review, I think Gary Oldman is a great actor, and I was so happy to have him cast as Commissioner Gordon. I think in this film he does an exceptional job, and he plays a very big role to the story as well. Aaron Eckhart stars as Harvey Dent as well as Two-Face in Batman The Dark Knight. He plays a very big role to the story. In fact, Harvey Dent is the new district attorney and is also seen as the new light of Gotham, a new hero if you will. Unfortunately, during this movie, he does succumb to Joker's plan. Joker does in fact manage to capture both Harvey Dent as well as Rachel, who is his new love interest. They are engaged to be married, or they at least get engaged in the film. But anyway, they are captured and both of them are stored in separate warehouses. Rachel unfortunately gets blown to pieces, she dies, and Harvey Dent gets burnt as well. Half of his face gets burnt off, it melts, and he becomes the villain we all know as Two-Face. Two-Face, now succumbing to the Joker's plan, while mourning the loss of Rachel, he uses his coin to decide the fate of many citizens in Gotham, and his victim tally certainly does increase towards the end of this movie. Rachel Dawes is in fact now played by Maggie Gyllenhaal, the sister of Jake Gyllenhaal in The Dark Knight. Like I said in the previous review of Batman Begins, they did recast Katie Holmes, and I think Maggie Gyllenhaal does a pretty good job. I really like her chemistry between her and Harvey Dent, as well as Bruce Wayne as well. It felt more natural on screen, and overall I do think she's a slightly better actress than Katie Holmes. But yeah, solid performance, and I would have liked to have seen her in the third installment, but as we all know, she died. Morgan Freeman again does return to The Dark Knight, playing Lucius Fox, and he does have more involvement in this film than he did in Batman Begins. It was nice to see him come back, and overall a good performance from him. Heath Ledger stars as the Joker, rest in peace to him. He is definitely immortalised in this role. He gave everything 10 out of 10 performance from Ledger, and I really wish that we had the opportunity to see more from him, because I felt as if he was made for this role. He was so good and made this movie what it is to this day. I absolutely loved it. Faultless from him and the team that surrounded that character, from the makeup design to the costume design and to the writers of the film as well. The script for the Joker was just absolutely fantastic, and Heath Ledger delivered on all fronts. I think the story for this film was absolutely perfect. I love the idea that Joker was just a madman and wanted to come to Gotham City and to be a villain. He didn't want money, he had no greed, he just wanted to show Gotham City what a true villain was, and he was an absolute psychopath. As mentioned, Ledger absolutely delivers in this performance. There's so many good scenes. Speaking of scenes, I think the IMAX scenes in this movie were perfect, really good in 4K as well. The sound mix was fantastic. Like I said in the Batman Begins video, Nolan is known for having a really good sound team on his movies, and overall the cinematography was also really good as well, and quite arguably this is one of my favourite superhero movies of all time. And for that reason, I'm giving this a score of 10 out of 10. For me, this is a movie masterpiece, a personal favourite, and one which I love to revisit time and time again. Let me know in the comments down below who your favourite Joker is, and what is your favourite Batman movie of all time. For me, as of right now, The Dark Knight is my favourite Batman movie, and Heath Ledger, like I said, is arguably my favourite Joker. I did love Joaquin Phoenix in Joker, but yeah, Heath Ledger takes that title for me, and yeah, this film is brilliant. If you haven't checked it out for some reason, I highly recommend it. It is probably in my top 10 of all time. If you haven't, guys, go and follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. My links for those will be down below. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.